Welcome back. It's been a few days, and this is probably the conclusion unless I decide to do some real time from the road using my smart glasses. So, been pretty busy. The tires are both on. Look at how knobby those are. That's not what I wanted. These are Shinko's. Decent tires. Probably the last tires that'll ever be on this bike. They're really knobby. Didn't want that. Wanted something closer to road. But this is what's available. That's pretty gnarly. Anyway, that's what that is. Obviously, and of course I did the brakes, which I told you about. Everything's put back together. Bike is running really nicely. Really nice. However, I'm waiting for some electrical components. All of this has taught me one thing. It's a 26-year-old bike. It's getting hard to get parts. And when I do find them, it takes 2 or 3 weeks to get my hands on them. So what I've decided to do, cost is minimal, is I'm replacing all the electrics. So I've already done the battery. I'm doing the ignition coil, the CDI, already did the voltage regulator. So I'm waiting right now on a couple of components. What I've been doing, I have actually put the bike on the road. So what I did, I can run it just off the battery with no charging, but I'm only going to be able to go for, 5 minutes or something until I pull the battery down. So temporarily, I removed the headlight because that's the biggest draw. I think the headlight is 55 watts. So I pulled the headlight off, and that allows me to ride it longer. And boy, does it scoot. I mean, it pulls my fat ass down the road just like lickety split. Obviously, it's not like that pulls my fat ass down the road, but it pulls my fat ass down the road pretty darn quick. Not putting the side panels back on yet because I'm waiting to replace some components, and the seat's going to have to come back off. I debadged the entire bike. The only thing I have left is this I got to remove. I'm going to keep this on the gas tank, but other than that, I removed everything. The front and rear fenders are clear. The side panels, they're clear. I don't like any of that crap. Looks like a kid's bike. So that's the scoop. The headlight cover down there had stickers on it. Got rid of those. Everything went back on. I've cleaned up the chain. Had a little trouble bleeding the front brake, which earlier I told you would be a piece of cake because of gravity, and it should have been a piece of cake because of gravity, but it wasn't. And I finally figured out it's because if you look at at this line, the brake line, it goes up, it's got this up here. It's got this loop up here, and that trapped an air bubble. Once I figured that out, I had it bled just like that. It was great. I do have one issue. It won't start without holding in the clutch. And what I have to do, there's right here, this wire, is to the neutral switch. Now, I know the neutral switch is working because when I turn on the key, I get the green light up on the dash. And it's not the interlock down here, because no matter what, whether I'm in neutral with the kickstands up or down, I have to hold in the clutch. So that speaks to the neutral switch. Well, the neutral switch is working because it's sending a signal up to the green light. However, my theory, and I haven't looked at a wiring diagram yet, my theory is there are 2 circuits coming off of this, and I'll find out where, and probably a connector up in here somewhere is the problem. Now, you say, well, all right, what's the big deal? Just hold in the clutch. Well, the big deal is that I have learned that this bike is very cold-blooded. You need to hold. It's not a pull and release. It's a hold, the choke, to start it cold. And I don't have 3 hands. So I got to push the starter button with my right hand. I have to hold the clutch up here with my other hand. And I have to hold the choke. So that doesn't work. I've only got 2 hands. I'll get on with that. So far, the Chinese carburetor is working. And I did a very thorough cleaning of the air box. And I got some K&N, and I cleaned out the sponge element in there and then re-soaked it with oil. I don't like oil-soaked filters. They get sucked in. I just don't like them, but that's what the bike has. Eventually I'll do some research into a dry filter for the thing if they make a paper element, which I doubt. But I could always just remove the air box. There's no reason for the air box. I could remove the air box and just put a 50-cent foam filter on the back of the carburetor. That's about it. That's about it. So maybe I will show you running down and it's going to take another week or 10 days before I get the final parts for the charging system, and then I'll be good to go. So this might be the last. We'll see.